Okay, this is my screencast, just looking quickly at why I've added particular resources to my page and what benefit they'll have on the learning experience of my learners. So the first resource that we're going to look at is the Prezi that I've put on here. My unit of learning is looking at the respiratory system for the Sports BTEC qualification. I've added a Prezi because I believe it's got a bit more of an interactive feel to it compared to something like a PowerPoint. The reason for this is just purely because of its transitions between different slides. It makes it more engaging for those visual learners. Also on here I've been able to make it quite visually stimulating, so it's not boring to look at. And if you look on my actual page as well, you can see that again it's very visual. It's going to catch the eye of the learner and hopefully engage them and create a more independent learner. So in terms of engaging your learners, what benefits does it have for the learner? Number one, it's visual, so it's stimulating those visual learners and hopefully going to bring them on so you can see learning within your lesson. Number two, it's accessible because it's embedded into your VLE. And the third reason why I've added a Prezi is because instead of having a link that you need to click on and open up another kind of tab on a web page to look at a YouTube clip, for example, this will all be embedded within the Prezi, so it's all in there, tailor-made, ready to go. The next bit that I've added is my link to another game, which is Purpose Games, and you can see that the Purpose Games link is the same picture as my Prezi. The reason why I've done this is because it makes sense to take your learning from one resource and put it onto another resource, so this is a good way of seeing whether my learners have picked up anything, and it's that whole assessment method of seeing what learning is taking place in your lesson. The reason why I've added a Purpose Games is because I think it's a bit more visual than something that you can create on Blackboard. So again, visual learners. The whole point of doing it this way to test your learning is that it's now bringing in different learning styles. So it's bringing in kinesthetic learning, it's also bringing in tactile learning styles. So you're learning by doing, but not just learning by doing. It could be that you've got the Prezi open next to it, so by doing, reading and writing, you're bringing in that whole tactile learning style now. So by using these two resources together, I've managed to bring in all different learning styles. It's differentiated, and I didn't mention audio learning styles, but obviously with the Prezi I can add any kind of audio file that I like, so it could be me talking over it, or it could be just the YouTube clip in general. So benefits to learners, all different learning styles, hopefully everyone's learning, it's engaging, it's visual, it's doing, so you're constantly going through the motions of it. The other thing is with Purpose Games, it will give you a score that you've achieved. That way the learners themselves can see how they're progressing, so they're going to be self-regulating and self-motivated, and that's everything you need to create an independent learner. Okay. What else have I got on here? So test canvas. I've added a matching pairs test, again directly linked to my previous resources, and the wording itself is exactly the same as the wording within the Prezi. Why I've done this is because you can take the Prezi, have it open on one side, have this open on another side, if you've got those learners that are really struggling to pick it all up. Benefits to learners in terms of this particular game based on Blackboard is, again, it's another way of testing what they've learned, how good are they doing, what do they need to go back to and revise, or what do they need to go back to and learn or ask questions to their lecturer. So again, we're creating self-regulating, self-motivated learners, which translates into an independent learner. So hopefully, if you've got those three resources in your lesson, they're widely available on your VLE, which means they can access them at any time, they can access them from any device. Hopefully you'll be tracking the hits on your different resources, and that will have a direct link to the achievement in your class, okay, and in their assignments and in their exams. So that's the benefits for these particular resources. That's why I've added them, and there we go. Thank you.